Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency started his week by addressing the Guyana Shore Base Incorporated commissioning ceremony for its heavy lifts berth and Commander-in-Chief crane.
Let me say to all of you, I am proud of the work you have done, and Guyana must be proud of the exceptional work that you have done on this facility. This facility is a testimony to the changing times of global financing for the oil and gas sector, and even companies perceived to be related or linked to the oil and gas sector.
His Excellency met with scores of affected vendors at CARICOM Market who suffered losses following a fire which razed part of the facility. On Tuesday, His Excellency Dr. Irfaan Ali attended the opening of the International Energy Conference and Expo, where he noted that now is an opportune time for a coalition of like-minded nations to bring balance to the international debate around the issues of climate change, food security, and energy security. These challenges, the President stressed, should not be confronted in isolation. He also said Guyana and the region need to progress through a collective approach for overall development.
If net zero is to be achieved by 2050, we all would love that. The investment gap per year in renewable energy in emerging and developing economies is US 1.35 trillion. Reality. If we are to achieve net zero by 2050, there's a set of action that is required, that requires investment. The gap, I'm not speaking about the capital formation, the gap to achieve this in an annualized way is 1.35 trillion US dollars for emerging and developing economies. Let us come closer to home. How do we, in this global environment, get the capital that is required to move to renewable? We can't get it by saying to the oil company, you have to shut down in 10 years or 20 years. We have all agreed that oil and gas, the shelf life is nowhere close to what some people believe it is. So how do we sit around a table and say, listen, if we have 70 years, 80 years in oil and gas, how do we find a formula in which you will now rework your business model to stay sustainable after 70 years? How is it you can take some of your net profit and start to invest it in renewables? How is it you can help in the research and development to reduce your emission level? More realistic conversation. But this requires all of us now to be around the table.
His Excellency arrived in Atlantis, Bahamas on Wednesday to attend the opening ceremony of the 44th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM. The conference will cover several new and recurring issues. The CARICOM single market and economy, climate change, including climate finance, security, agriculture and food security, and health will again be in focus. President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali held discussions with the Minister of State for International Cooperation in the United Arab Emirates, Her Excellency Reem Al Hashimi, and her delegation on Thursday. The meeting took place on the sidelines of the 44th regular meeting of the Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, currently underway in Nassau, Bahamas. The Head of State and the UAE delegation discussed preparation plans for COP28 to be held in the UAE and Guyana's partnership. Other issues discussed included carbon credits, innovation, science and technology in the context of climate, energy and food security. On Thursday, His Excellency met with the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization's FAO Assistant Director General and Regional Representative for Latin America and the Caribbean, Mario Lubitkin, and his delegation in the Bahamas. Discussions centered around plans leading to Guyana's hosting of the FAO conference in 2024 and how the organization and Guyana can collaborate towards a more resilient and sustainable food-secure region. President Ali also participated in discussions during the first preliminary session of the Heads of Government Conference. He met with the president of the African Export-Import Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, in the Bahamas. During the meeting, the president was also presented with the Caribbean Partnership Agreement, which consolidates the bank's efforts to promote and develop South-South trade, specifically between Africa and the Caribbean. This was the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching. Do join us again next week.